So, you've made it. Perfect. Listen, we gotta do this quick, alright? Because I need to continue my research into this matter. But I do have to let the community know, just in case something happens to me, before I finish it. And I've recently stumbled onto something big. A hidden agenda by Riot being conducted on a massive scale, and I have proof. So, allow me to explain how this all started, right? After playing just one match of League of Legends the other day, I legitimately felt sick from all the toxicity in my game. And I thought to myself, why would anyone act like this? It's just a game, right? Honestly, there is no reason to act like this. What's the explanation? It's simple. People wouldn't act like this. The only logical explanation is that Riot is planting agents of chaos throughout the community in the form of advanced artificial intelligence. Now, before you get bent out of shape, have you ever noticed that they can type all game, these players, but the mechanics aren't very good? Boom. That's because they're not players. They have intermediate bot skills. However, pay attention to me. Pay attention. Alright. To what end? Why is Riot doing this to us? It makes sense, honestly, when you start following the trail of evidence, actually. So, when making sense of an act, you have to look at the motive. What is Riot's motive for doing this? What is the biggest shame that they're trying to correct? Why did they push the franchise system so much? Money? Pfft, dumb. There's lots of easier ways to make money, alright? Riot's biggest shame is that Korea keeps winning worlds every friggin' year. They're a North American-based company, but our players keep losing at our own friggin' game. So what is Riot doing? Riot's actually really made a big deal about this franchise system, but not in the way you think. They are drawing competent players to the money that they're pumping in, but this is actually their backup plan. A smoke screen, if you will. Their plan A has actually failed in the past, but we'll get back to that. Remember when I said I felt sick after one game of League of Legends? This is Riot's master plan at work. What happens when you win or lose a game? You get blue essence, that's right. There is one item in the game called Essence Reaver. Now, Essence Reaver is a scythe, much like the one that the Grim Reaper has. What does the Grim Reaper do? He comes to collect your soul after you die. Notice that the Essence Reaver has a mechanic that has to do with mana. What is mana? Mana is basically soul energy or essence. And what color is this mana? Blue. So blue mana is blue essence. Riot is siphoning our souls through the game, which makes us feel sick because we're literally having our life drained from us. They disguise this horrible feeling with the AI toxic bots. So in this way, we attribute our negative emotions to these words that the bots are spewing at us. Very clever, if you ask me. Now, how can collecting blue essence help us win worlds? Simple. Once you pass a certain threshold of money, the Illuminati comes into contact with you. Everybody knows this. You think that Tyler 1 is reformed. You can't reform this. This isn't the real Tyler. The real Tyler has been kidnapped by the Illuminati or killed because he was too alpha to bend to their will. In any case, this is a tangent. The real fact of the matter is that Riot is now in cahoots with the Illuminati and has access to the wealth of information that has been collected throughout millennia. So, what are they doing with this information? Well, honestly, Riot keeps winning worlds, Korea keeps winning worlds because of their juggernaut, their champion, their unkillable demon king, Faker. Faker is an absolute force of nature in the mid lane. And so Riot needed their own monster to combat him. This is why I say that their plan A has actually failed in the past. Take a look at this. Alright. I've been able to get an ancient text Alright, I'm still waiting on my official translator to get back to me. But this is my point. Okay? Take a look at the screen. Now, I said that Plan A has failed in the past. That's because their answer to the faker problem was Bjergsen. Alright? Now, on this ancient text, there's a couple words that are repeatedly mentioned on the page. And as you can see, the words Peter and at the very bottom, Bjerg is on this text, on this ancient grimoire, if you will. So what does this mean? Obviously, since Peter Peng Yeleng is Asian, he has the capacity to invoke the same spell that the Koreans used to summon their champion, their faker. Doublelift summoned Bjergsen for RIOT from the other world, which is why they eventually moved him to TSM to keep an eye on his summon. Perhaps eventually Doublelift felt like a father to Bjergsen and potentially wanted to undo his spell to put him back from whence he came. This prompted RIOT to move him to another team. Right? You can remove him entirely, as this would raise too much suspicion for geniuses like me. You don't believe me that Bjergsen's a demon? Well, what about this piece of information, this piece of evidence? Obviously, Project Bjergsen was a failure. Perhaps they rushed it, summoned a lower class of monster, but they tried again. And this second iteration was placed in the second best team at the time, Cloud9. Obviously, I'm referring to Jensen. But what was Jensen's first handle? That's right. Incarnation. Incarnation of what? I think you know what I'm getting at here. Now, how do I know they both come from the other world? They sound exactly the same. Some weird demon accent. It's as clear as day, mate. Perhaps you think they sound like Danes or something. Danes don't sound like that, alright? This is demon. This is a demonic accent. Now, here's the crux of the matter. Here's the crux of the matter. What are we going to do with this information? Absolutely nothing. We must allow the West to win worlds at least once, or RIOT might even take more drastic measures. So until the West wins, we must continue to play League of Legends. But be warned, you can't play for too long, alright? Make sure to take breaks, otherwise your soul will be very, very drained. And then, you end up like Hashinshin. Or worse, if you have no mana left, you end up like Freak. So... Huh? What's going on here? What's going on? What happened to the lights? Oh Lord! Please spare me! Ah!
Captain Timo on duty!